Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. And today we are doing pretty much a full season review for Doctor Who Series 13 or Flux, and we are also doing like an episodes ranked kind of system-ish. So before we begin, all these episodes are really good. This is one of the seasons that I have liked all the episodes. I have liked all the episodes of a lot of other seasons, but for a Jodie Whittaker season for the 13th Doctor, it's quite good that I have liked all the episodes. So it's kind of the redemption after series 11 and 12. But let's begin with the weakest episode, which is still a nice 7 out of 10, and this is Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time? I thought it was Once Upon a Time. Never actually looked at the title before. But Once Upon a Time is like an episode where the Doctor and fam, even Vinda, just like get pulled into like past memories and stuff. I watched this 3 weeks ago, last time I watched it, so, I am probably soon gonna do a rewatch of all the episodes in Flux, but this episode was cool and stuff, because this episode, I think, introduced the Grand Serpent, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it wasn't Village of Angels that introduced him, but this episode had quite a lot of cool parts in it, with the Doctor also meeting, like, these statue things that were on Atropos, or Time. And, yeah. So, a pretty good episode. It's a 7 out of 10. And now we come to the big cycle of 8 out of 10 episodes, and these are not in any order, they are just 8 out of 10 episodes. Even though the last two are in order. But these two can be, like, switched around in any way. So we have War of the Sontarans here, which was an 8 out of 10 episode. It was pretty good, or amazing. And, I liked this episode because it, like, had, of course, the return of the Sontarans, that was in the title. And, like, we got more Dan moments, and I really liked Dan in this season. He's now my third favourite companion actually no, he's my second, because it goes Donna, then him, then Clara in my companion list. And, other than that, this episode had lots of cool stuff in it. It wasn't just the Sontarans, because I think this is the episode we found out Carvanista was actually, like, a good guy. And, it was just a pretty good episode, where the Sontarans all got annihilated at the end, but returned later. Then we have Chapter 4, Village of the Angels. I thought it was Village of Angels. I'm getting all these titles mixed up and confused. But, Village of Angels was a pretty good episode. I don't know why it's this low on the list. It used to be 9 out of 10, but I took it back to an 8 out of 10, because other two on the list that were 8 out of 10 that are ahead of Village of Angels were just slightly better than this. But Village of Angels was, of course, the return of the Weeping Angels and stuff, and then a cliffhanger of the Doctor turning into a Weeping Angel, which didn't really happen, and Yaz and Dan living out in... my tooth looks weird in the reflection. And Yaz and Dad living life in, the 60s, I think, for 3 years. Really weird tooth. But then we have Chapter 1, The Halloween Apocalypse, which is 3rd place. And I really liked this episode because it, of course, started the season and stuff. It introduced Dan, and then was just like really good. It also introduced Carvanista, and in this episode we thought Carvanista was like a villain and stuff, but the cliffhanger and everything with the Sontarans and all the other things like the Weeping Angels getting into Earth before the flux comes and consumes Earth, but luckily there was a Lapari shield obviously protecting Earth. So this episode was really cool because it was also a Halloween special, aired on the 31st of October. But for me it aired early of the 1st of November. Moving on to the runner-up, second place, we have The Vanquishers, which is way better quality than that. Is it better quality than the other? Oh, it's the same. Just looks better. Like that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 trailer looks better than the first one, even though it's exactly the same. This episode, is of course the most recent one, so I have most memories from here, like Sontarans eating chocolate. That's a thing. And then we also have, of course, Azure and Swarm getting defeated by Time. And then, the Doctor sorta gets her memories back and stuff, and we get a hint of the Master's eventual return, with Time saying, and their Masters, which is probably means that, the Master, Sasha Dewan, I think that's how you say it, will return in Series 13, which was a good Master, but I prefer Missy, in my opinion. So this was a really good episode. I thought, like, the Fugitive Doctor would be in it, but sadly we did learn more about the Timeless Child, which is why this isn't first place. But we also did learn about the Timeless Child in the first place, Survivors of the Flux. Because this episode was really cool. It kind of explained why, like, Kate Stewart and Eunice haven't been seen in a while, introduced us fully to the Grand Serpent, and just did a lot of interesting, like, things and stuff in this episode. Like, it was pretty much just, like, an explore episode. I forgot to mention Belle and Vinder's love story, but, this episode is kinda unexplainable, but it is still really, really good. Also, this episode is sad because we had the death of a beloved old man companion, which sometimes I remember his name, sometimes I don't. There's those times I do not remember his name. I'll probably... nah, I won't. But overall, this was a really good season with no bad episodes. But, let's go. Don't ask why that's my downloads. Let's go from 6th place being Once Upon a Time, and then 5th place being War of the Sontarans, 4th place being Village of Angels, 3rd place being Halloween Apocalypse, 5th place being The Vanquishers, 2nd place being The Vanquishers, and then 1st place being Survivors of the Flux. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.